this internal battle dialogue going on inside of all the time, and we have this battle going on inside of us all the time where we want to change, but we kind of don't want to change as well. We want to grow, we want to develop, but we kind of don't want to as well. We want to move forward in life, but we kind of want to keep things the way they are right now. And I think that battle rages in each of us. There's a story that captures this really well, I think, and it's the story of Moses when he went into Egypt and he led the nation of Israel out of slavery in Egypt. So all the Israelites were slaves in Egypt, and they were being oppressed and obviously being used as slaves and treated that way. And Moses went in and he rescued them, and he kind of took them out of Egypt. And obviously some of you'll know the story about the idea of crossing the Red Sea and all that kind of stuff. And he had to take them across a desert to get them to the promised land, to get them to this new place where they could live, where life was going to be amazing for them, and they were going to be free people to create their own life there. But in the midst of the desert, you'd imagine that the Israelites would have been saying to Moses, like, thanks for this, and this is brilliant, and so pleased for what you've done, we're so grateful that you freed us. And yet actually loads of them were grumbling and moaning and saying, I hate this desert, I want to go back to Egypt. Moses, take us back to Egypt where we were slaves. Now at first that sounds ridiculous and unbelievable, doesn't it, that you would want to go back to a place where you were a slave, but we have to understand this, that the Israelites knew what life in Egypt looked like. They knew how it rolled, they knew what the rules were, they knew what to do and what to not do in that place. They could really picture it. The desert was new, it was difficult, it was different. And the promised land, they didn't even really know what that looked like. They'd heard maybe stories of it or an idea of it, but they didn't really know. And it's scary sometimes for us to not know what that new future looks like for ourselves. We know what this looks like, and even if it's rubbish, it's our rubbish. Even if it's terrible for us, even if it's a bit oppressive, we know it. And what scares us sometimes the most about change is this fear of the unknown. And I don't think this is just the Israelite story, I think it's the human story for all of us when it comes to change. That we're moving from this place to this place across a desert. There's got to be this period of working this thing out, because change needs a process, it needs some time to figure itself out. And we fear what we don't know, even though it might be really good for us and it might be great for us to make that change. I'd encourage you, if you're thinking about making change in your life, be prepared to be scared by that, be prepared to have some fear around not knowing what that might look like, but keep moving forward, because you'll get through that desert and you'll arrive in a promised land where things are better for you.